Okay, all peace and blessings to my elders, Brother Battles, Brother Calvin Robinson, and long live Dr. Edward Robinson, and my Guru Maharaj, Parasasi Sri Rajagopalatchari Maharaj, Charity. Alright, now I wanted to just talk about Haiti. My son was just saying food for everybody. My wife says the people in Haiti are being starved by the UN troops and the United States troops, and out of the fear that's saying that they would riot, which is just unbelievable, and they will not riot. If I knew that I'm going to eat in 24 hours, I'll wait and I'll be docile as long as I can survive, but they're saying, oh, we can't feed them because they'll riot, but yet the United States troops are eating. The UN troops are eating, and these are like terrorist economic policies that the United States has had on them. Go research National Security Memorandum number 200 and National Security Memorandum number 46, and it tells you how they're playing for the whole Western Hemisphere. The reason why we have a long-standing beef with Haiti is because of the revolution that's occurred 200 years ago, when Toussaint Louverture had overthrown the Haitian government. The French government, actually, sorry about that, and had occupied Haiti. French, was wondering why they weren't hearing from their troops, or and so after a while they got suspicious, so they sent another force there, a naval force there, and Haiti ended up destroying all their crops and ended up starving the occupiers, and Haiti had won their freedom, and when the French troops had nothing to eat and they starved, and they ended up kicking them out and getting rid of them. Then the British sent an expeditionary force, and they got their ass kicked. And then the Spanish sent an expeditionary force, try to unify the island through the Dominican Republic and Haiti. You know what? They got their ass kicked too. So now the United States was happy to have the Louisiana Purchase as a result of that. But they were so worried about the slaves revolting, such as the Nat Turners, Gabriel Prosser's, and Demar Vesey's everywhere, and this sent shockwaves all around the Western Hemisphere. And as a result of that, people in Philadelphia, so-called slaves or prisoners of war, had won their freedom in Philadelphia, and they were worried about the happening down south in New Orleans after the New Louisiana Purchase, and the Louisiana Purchase had gotten, the slave machine had moved down there quickly as soon as they had brought that up. And the United States had helped France put a naval blockade, and they forced them to pay reparations for over 100 years. They fed in France for 100 years, and that's what happened. And so now, we have these racist economic policies, and terrorist policies that we've imposed on them. And they won't let John Bertrand Aristide return home, and George Bush the first kicked him out, and then Bill Clinton let John Bertrand Aristide return, only the conditions that he would accept the harsh neoliberal policies of United States. And then Aristide said, okay. Then he played that game. Then he says, no, I won't do that. And then sure enough, George Bush II had him removed again. Now, these people, need to be organized. They need to close ranks, and they need to stand up for their freedom. They need the spirit of Toussaint Louverture to come back and take hold, and and get rid of the occupiers. The United States has no business occupying. UN has no business occupying. Haiti is a black republic. Is a revolutionary paradise. And it's not poor. They have their own flour mill. They have their own grains. They have their own cement factories, which are being forced closed through the United States policies because they want them to be competitive with the world. They don't want them to be self-sufficient and self-sustaining. So they're forcing them to get things from the outside, and only the rich elite can afford that. So there's a 70% unemployment rate in Haiti right now. Now, so if you want to help Haiti, sure, you can call the White House, blah, 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 1-800-456-1111, or, you could do something useful, such as, just check this out. This here is called a solar oven, okay, with a reflector. This thing is $229, and I think that people in Haiti, the people in Haiti need relief, you know, not through money, because, you know, we're donating a lot of money. We don't know. I mean, like, sure, I trust Oxfam, I trust Doctors Without Borders, though, but there's a logistical problem, and the people there are starving, okay? And if you want the people to be fed, you would make them sufficient enough to live. You know, the solar oven will help people, like, cook their own food. So you can get this out of a Real Goods catalog. Okay, this is 010513. That's the item number, 010513. And the name of it is called Real Goods, okay? And Real Goods is a very ethical company, very ethical catalog, and I definitely subscribe to it. And the number is right here, okay? It's 1-800-919-2400. That's 1-800-919-2400. You call customer service, or you want to call the store, it's 704-472-2400. Okay? And it's located here. It says 13771 South Highway 101. Okay? That's Hopland, Hopland, California, 95449. Okay? So for catalog orders, you call 800-919-2400. And also, you know, if you want to ship stuff to Haiti, okay, the best thing to do is go to this website, okay, it's called mutualdisasterrelief.org, and send it attention Jack Mel, Jacmel, Jack Mel. And these people are the real deal in Haiti, and they can, you know, they have construction specialists, cooks, communication technicians, and community organizers, and we can get this done, y'all. You know, let's do this right. Let's close ranks, and let's help these people live. You know, they need you to survive. You know, just like that gospel song. You know, I need you to survive. We can do it. You know, let's get busy. Stop talking all this activist rhetoric stuff. You know, stop all this inflammatory. You know, I'm not going to name any names out there, but I think you know who I'm talking about. You know, and just get out there and feed the people. You know, Hare Krishnas, get out there, you know, start feeding people by the masses, you know. And don't depend on the United States military to feed people, because they're not. They're going to starve. It's part of their racist policies is to have that country starve to death, you know. And in my opinion, I believe they created the earthquake, you know. Russian naval intelligence is saying it, and Hugo Chavez is saying, you know, a lot of conspiracy theorists are saying it too. I don't know if this happened, but that's just my opinion. That's my belief. Now, but feeding the people with spirulina and slippery elm, okay, they could be sent as medical supplies, but those people mixed with water, that'll help somebody live, that'll help somebody survive, and it'll provide them the nutrition that they need. Something called miso soup, M-I-S-O. Okay, that's really high in protein. That's really good for Haitian people. And yeah, so check this out. It's called mutualdisasterrelief.org. Okay, and you can send your donations, and I believe in material donations, not money, to Jack Mel, Jacmel. Or you could donate money online too. That's fine too. But you know, in my opinion, I think money is just paper. Okay, United States dollar is worth crap. Let's send them actual goods and services that they need. They have services down there. They need goods now. Solar ovens are great. Spirulina, miso, and also slippery elm is really good for the people, and that'll help them to survive. Let's send it down there in mass bulk, and I'm going to try to do my best as well. So I love you all. Stay inspired. Inspire me. Peace.